Yeah, man, it's time to prioritize the real issues of the people. Rishnell Brook, number 7 of the United St. Martin Party, is the man to make it happen.
A man who tells you that we're ready, but we're ready for candidate number 7 of the United St. Martin Party. Ladies and gentlemen, Rishnell Brook. Help me welcome Rishnell Brook. Let me hear the horns. Let me hear you.
Everything nice in this little paradise. I tell you, see the conditions for St. Martin people really living it. Yeah. In Phillipsburg one day, while I was driving on the cornfield and I looked over the bay, the sight was not okay. And all you smell is the pollution from the dumping heart of town. Our national heritage gone to destruction. What's the solution for the waste upon island? The government no care about the situation. All they do is feed us promises and talks. Look at Simpson Villagoon, yeah. They say anything for smile while our families in poverty.
Good evening, St. Martin. Dutch Quarter, buenas noches. Buenas noches, St. Martin. Goedenavond, Dutch Quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rishnell Brook, the number 7 candidate on the United St. Martin Party slate. I am no stranger when it comes to serving the community of St. Martin. I am involved in many different organizations. And because of these organizations, it has helped to open my eyes to see the issues that are going on in this country. Dutch Quarter is one of those districts that issues have existed, not for 4 years, but for the last 20 years. When is it going to end? The time has come now. The time has come now that we have the solutions for the 20 years of problems and mess that have been created by your past representation. They have failed us. And I can tell you this because I work among them in Parliament. I am a senior policy advisor. And I tell you, the things that they can do for you and choose not to, you have got to change them. You have got to send them home. Send a message. What they have been doing to us, they have been putting us in a situation where our back is against the wall. They are insisting that we end up in poverty. As a matter of fact, we are already there. We are already there. The amount of homes that I visit in Dutch Quarter, when they get paid on the 25th, and I look at their fridge on the 29th, it's empty. What's going to happen to the rest of what's going to happen to the rest of the month? This has got to change. How many of our people are living from paycheck to paycheck? How many of you are doing that? How many of you have been living on the minimum wage for years, doing the same function, and companies have not given you an increase? How many of you are in that situation? You know what? I got a challenge. I have a challenge for those representation in government. Let them live for 4 years on the minimum wage. Let them live for 4 years on the minimum wage. I sure and I can bet my last dollar they can't make it. They can't make it. Even for all the money that they collected, no. They're still helping themselves. They're still helping themselves for all the money they collected, no. So imagine if they making minimum wage, what they gonna do? Ladies and gentlemen, this party wants to take you out of poverty. This party, this person here, Rishnell Brook, has the solution to take you out of poverty. It starts with the minimum wage. Everybody campaign on the minimum wage. Let's raise the minimum wage. They've been saying that for years. But I'm going to tell you, raising the minimum wage don't solve the problem. I've said it before in my previous campaign. I have to repeat it here in Dutch Quarter because the people of Dutch Quarter needs to know this. Government officials say let's raise the minimum wage. Last minimum wage was raised by 23 cents. The grocery stores raised their products by $2.30. Cost of living just became more expensive for us. That's a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, the exploitation that is taking place in this country seems to be a culture. A culture. That is wrong. Exploitation should not be a culture for this country. Our representation is supposed to protect us from these people, these companies like GEBE with their outrageous prices. Like healthcare providers raising the price but the service ain't no good. Not even the government officials that's go and spend one night in the medical center. They always catch a plane and they gone Puerto Rico, they gone Santo Domingo, they gone Colombia. It ain't good enough for them, but we gotta suck it up. It has got to change. It has got to come to an end. The other aspect that has to change in order for us to reverse this situation is opportunity to work, because we can regulate the way our wages are set. And I'll say that later on, how that has to be done. We can regulate that. But it makes no sense to regulate the way the wages are set. And then at the end of the day, there's no opportunity for you and you and you and all of us for work. So we have got to also address that issue. These are two key issues in which we have got to make a change. I am not a person that's going to give you lip service. I have put it in my personal booklet, and I hope everyone gets one before they leave. The solutions for this, with regard to the minimum wage, is we have got to invest in a living wage study. And once we know, and the living wage study means we're going to look at the average of what it costs for GB, rent, groceries. For my opinion, we'll even throw in medical in there. See what average what it takes to make for us to live on a monthly basis. And that should be what we should carry home. That is the way that we take ourselves out of poverty. But you know what? You ask a question, how do they determine the minimum wage all these years? They pull it out of something, but it ain't out of a textbook. The other issue, like I said again, opportunity. Lord, I tell you, I walk inside there. If they wanted to take you out of poverty, they have the tools to do so. We are not reinventing the wheel. No, we're not. There's a law that states, the counterpart law. It states, if businesses are requesting to bring somebody from overseas, they have to make sure work with one of our own. One of our own have to work with them. They do two things. One, they are a teacher because they're teaching our own to work in that profession. And two, they're serving a function. And at the end of the time that we gave them to be here, we tell them thank you very much. St. Martin is indebted to you, and the local take over. St. Martin can maintain its own. This is the law. This is the law that is not being applied to protect you. This is the law that is not being applied to protect our future generation. We have a lot of people in the blocks. They say they're overqualified. They say they're underqualified. Even they just finished the high school, they say they ain't got the qualifications to do a basic job. It ain't so. They think the guys on the block, they think everybody in Dutch Quarter, all they good for is cleaning trenches. Well, I believe in you, Dutch Quarter. I believe that you can hold any position, any job that you want to do. This is the mentality that all of us have got to have. Now and for future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, the practice. You know, one of the things that they say is, I went look for a job and I didn't get a job, but it was given to somebody that don't have the proper papers. Lord, I can't stand for that. I cannot stand for that, because that person that is working without proper paper is not contributing to our system. That person that is working without proper paper is sending my people to social welfare that hardly give anything at all, and they become a social burden, and they're not even contributing. The one that is working without proper paper is not even contributing into the system, and you still don't see nothing wrong. They have the ability to fix this problem. Those representation has been in there for over what? They're bragging 40 years, 20 years, 60 years. Oh my God, when is it gonna stop? August 29th, ladies and gentlemen. All of us have the opportunity to make a change. All of us are going to get the opportunity to send a message to these representations that have been there, that are actually expired. Send a message. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 candidates. 15 candidates that are championed for true change. Do you want a better quality of life? Let me hear you. Do you want a better quality of life? Let me hear you. This is the ticket. I am the man to bring that for you. I give you my word. And I'm going to tell you plain out. This is the direction I'm going to work for. Nobody is going to steer me astray. I believe in St. Martin. I believe in the people of Dutch Quarter. I believe in the people of St. Martin as a whole. We can move forward. We will move forward. But we have got to change the representation that we have there. We have got to change the representation. I have had enough. I have heard the people cry that they have had enough. No, let's send a message, August 29th, that we don't want them in there anymore. We want a change. We want a better quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the number 7 candidate, Richinel Brooke, here to serve you. Whether in government, out of government, on the streets, my voice will be heard from this day forth. I guarantee you, I will not let anybody continue to exploit the people of St. Martin. Have a good night.
Now people come to Swaliga, seeking work and place believe things, say everything nice in this little paradise. Hey, hey. At time we see the conditions for St. Martin people really living it. Yeah, in Phillipsburg one day.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Richinel Brooke, number 7 on the slate of the United St. Martin Party.
Let me vote number 7. United St. Martin number 7. Come let me vote number 7.